A tale from the Solafi heritage. One day and in the past, there was a boy lurking for the THR who vandalized his wheat field last night. And the boy still lurks until a very beautiful white horse came to him, waved the rope that he holds with his hands several times in the air and threw it. And if the horse falls captive in the boy's hand. The boy was tired until he managed to control the horse and took the reins. He seriously tired him. The boy, I will sell you in the market, and so it will be your punishment for destroying the wheat field that I got so tired so that it grew and settled on its return. Tears came down from the eyes of the horse and the boy begged to be released. The boy pitied for the condition of the horse and released it. Both were happy. The boy said goodbye to the horse, and on the same day he returned to him with two beautiful shaped horses and a third horse in a strange shape. He brought them to him as a reward for the beauty he made with him. The boy decided to take them and sell them in the market so that he could compensate for the loss of the wheat field. And there in the market all those present were impressed by the severity of the beauty of the two horses. As for the third horse, they laughed hard at him as he had long ears, and he has two teeth like a camel. The boy approached his ear and whispered to them, saying, "Even if you are long teeth and you have a tooth, the sign of that is a sign of your extreme distinction from others." The strange horse was influenced by people's laughter on him, and he was also sad in himself. But when he heard the boy's talk with him and his sympathy, he was convinced of his words. So the boy took them and left them to the king. And there the king wanted the two beautiful horses, and when he asked the boy about their price, he took advantage of him. So he took them forcibly and kicked the boy and the strange horse. As for the two horses, they got angry inside the royal palace and they crushed everything around them. So much so that they all hired the boy so that he could silence them again. The king loved his wife very much and wanted to introduce the stars of heaven to her in order to please her. But she disdained him and did not love him at all. She wished her death every second. The king wanted to give her the two horses because of the severity of their beauty, that she would be satisfied with him. So they bought them from the boy and made him a stable worker in order to take care of them. But the king's wife wanted the firebirds instead of the two horses, and nothing came out of the king. But he sent in the boy's request and ordered him to bring one of the firebirds. The boy was very worried and thought that his end was about by the king. The strange horse spoke to him and reassured him and asked him to take fresh corn and fermented grape juice. The horse walked him to a far area and spent 3 days until we were able to reach it, and in an area in the middle of 7 mountains there was a crypt full of firebirds. The boy soaked the corn with grape juice, and then he threw it to the firebirds, and one of them approached and ate the corn from him. The boy approached a cage with his hand to put the bird inside him, and all the firebirds flew in the sky except one that the boy caught him with ease, and he returned to the quailance with joy. The king was very happy about it, but his wife was not satisfied with him either, and asked him for another request, and it was a small ring at the bottom of a large sea at the whale of the king of the sea. And the king again found no one but the little boy. So he asked him to carry out what his wife ordered him to do, and he was worried and confused. But his strange horse reassured him, and he took him to the great sea, and there they waited for the whale, the king of the seas, who was suffering from pain in his abdomen. The boy and the horse helped him and made him feel better, and in response to their favor and good making them with him, he ordered all the marine creatures to search for the small ring, which was studded with diamonds. The boy returned to the kingdom with the cast, but the wife was not satisfied with her husband the king either. The queen, "King, you are like my grandfather's age, and I'm still 17, don't take me, but I want you to come back young. You have to fill your whole body with 3 cans. Indeed, his soldiers were ordered to do what his wife was ordered to do, and there was a boiling pot with fires below it from milk, another white honey, and another rose water.